Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of my Java tutorial on how to make Snake. This is probably the most exciting bit that everyone will be wanting to watching, and that is finally getting the body of the snake. Now I've done many projects myself. I've coded chess, I've made an algorithm to find a pathfinding algorithm so that an AI could find its direction. But I find that making the head and tail grow for the snake is actually pretty challenging. So, we're going to add a new variable, and it's going to be called int score, and we're going to be setting that to 0. And for now, we're just going to be letting this grow up to 30. So there are 30 sets of the x and y coordinates. So, how are we going to do this? Let's make a private method, so private void, and we're going to call this snake logic. And we're just going to copy and paste this right here, and we're going to say for int I is equal to score. We'll say this, and while I is I think maybe greater than 0. I don't know, we'll see. Then I is equal to plus plus. Plus plus? No, we want it to go down. We want it to go down. I minus minus. It only works if you do it like this, as far as I know. So you want... Let me just get paint. So I'm just going to make this hurt my eyes a little less by doing that. I'm going to get a brush, not a brush. Gonna draw. This is going to be our snake, and we're just going to draw some cells in there, so that you guys can understand my reasoning as well. But mostly because I forgot how to do this. And what are you doing? It doesn't let me. Okay, now it lets me draw. So this is just our rough snake. So we got our coordinates. We'll just call this the snake. So this is 0, this dot here, that's 0, that's 1, that's 2. If we wanted to move over here, so we'll move our snake head first. And what we'll do is, we'll store the second array, and we'll go up here, and then we put it over here. That does not make any sense whatsoever. I am very bad at explaining things. I am terribly sorry. So if it's here, we want our snake head to first go forward. So now that it's here, and then it will look something like that. And then we want this bit here to move over here. So now it looks like that. But now this cell here will move over to here, if that makes more sense. So we're going down. So maybe if I just draw a little. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. We want 0 to go over there, and it goes over there. And now there's an empty spot. And now we start over here, and now it's set up there. And now the second array, I don't know what's the proper terminology at this point. So this place here will now go over to here, but there's still a tail there, so that's still red, and that's still red, and that is how we keep it forward. So we get the current one, and we go down. So it is, yeah, so it stays greater than 0. So we get the current one. So we get snake, and we go I, while it's greater than 0. So we get snake I, we go 0 is equal to snake of I minus 1 by 0, because 0 is where the x is. And I believe this will be all the code that we will need for the snake to really grow. Not really. We're going to have to add one more thing, or two more things. For one, we have to add a for loop here. So for int I is equal to 0, and while I is less than or equal to score, we add this. And basically, we're still going to be keeping this the same, really. The only difference is this is going to be I, this is going to be I. That's it. Yep, that's it. So this is our snake logic, and we will just add this here, our snake logic. And hopefully, we got to add something first. Where is it? Here it is. We're going to be making another method in here, just because it makes sense, and we're just going to keep up with the convention. Apple logic and we're going to say score is going to increment by 1, and we're just going to add Apple logic in here. So when we run it, hopefully I have not stuffed up, because otherwise it's going to take me ages to find the bug. So once we do it, there is nothing, and that's a weird bug, but I don't see any other problem. Yeah, so we've got the head and tail moving, so we can now do this funny thing. And we now have a working snake, but we do not have a game yet because there is no consequences of us dying. In fact, we have no dying. We just grow indefinitely until there is no more room in the array. So how are we going for time? We are almost already up already. Okay. I'll add maybe 2 more things. We'll add 2 more things. I don't think I'll try and bother finding that bug, because to be honest, I don't think that bug is really that important. I feel like it still works, but I'll try and find it in the next video. So we're going to have another boolean, and this one is just going to be called game over, like so. And that's going to be false because it's not game over yet. And we're just going to head over to our paint component, and we're going to say if game over and we're just going to be adding this. So this little symbol here means not. So if not, game over. So if game over is false, then it will continue running. So we're going to be adding a game over method. And basically it's gonna check if our snake touches itself. So how would I do this? We'll set this to 1, I believe, while I is less than or equal to score I plus plus, and if snake of 0 is equal to snake of I of 0 and snake of 0 of 1 is equal to snake of I and 1, then game over equals true. And there's another one that we're going to run, and that is if snake of 0 is greater than the width, or if it's snake of 0 is less than 0, or the snake y is greater than the height, or, yes, I know this is a lengthy expression, or it's less, this is also less than 0, then game over is also equal to true. And we'll just be running this inside the snake display. I feel like, should it be after? I feel like it'll be after, should be after. So game over here, like such. So now when we die, oop, I accidentally just run the debug, not debug. So now that when we run it, stop and rerun. Yeah, so we grew our tail and I made it hit, I think. Or was there an issue with its own tail? There's an issue with its own tail. Okay, so what is happening here? Maybe if I just change this to 2, that will probably fix the problem. Where's the apple? Way over there. Let's start that again. Yep, that's better. Oop. Yeah, so now I'm not dying. So what it does, okay, so what it does, so I know why it's not growing at the first bite. It's because it's setting another one there. So now if we hit a border up here, it's game over. But we have no message yet. So this is a lengthy video, but we'll just say, we'll just say else, we'll say g.set font Roman, I don't know, actually, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure you guys can Google search for the g.set font method. We're just going to say g.drawString and we're going to say you have died with a score of plus score, and we're just going to be dividing this by 2, so that's somewhat centered to the screen, not exactly centered to the screen, and we're going to make sure that this color is red. In fact, it will be red already because of the Apple display here. So now that when we die, it's actually grey. That's interesting. But as you can tell, it's not large enough. So again, if you want to change the size of it, you just have to go g.set font. It's just that I'm not very used to that command. Just search it up online and you should be able to find it. So I'm just going to set the color dot red. So now we have a growing tail. We have a growing tail, and we now are able to die and get a error message. You have died with a score of 3. So that's right. In fact, I'll probably cheat a little bit here. I'll say this. If I do this, will I still die? So this is just basically a little hack just to fix that bug. Yep, and now we have fixed that bug. Sweet. So thank you guys for watching part 4, I believe. Next, we're just going to be, I would say just polishing up. We are going to make it so that the snake can go from one end of the screen to the other, so that if it goes through, for example, once it goes through here, it will pop out through the other side. And it's not as complicated as you think. And we're just going to be polishing something up. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.